Yeah, signified monkey coming at you, showing you what Hydro-Aero-Mist is. Here's my system. Yeah, that's right. Let's get to it. Let me tell you what Hydro-Aero-Mist is. It's the mix of the three most effective hydro systems. Hydro just means growing in the absence of soil. So I have my my tub here, which I fill nutrient-rich water from about here down, and my roots are suspended in a cake. We call them what, K-cups or whatever. So that's my roots. They sit inside there, and then I have a sprayer system, which I'll turn in here, at the very end of the video and show you how that works. So twice a day, they come on for 15 minutes. They go ahead, sprayer comes on, sprays the roots, sprays the media that it's in. I have it in rock wool and clay pebbles surrounding it, keeps it real stable. That rock wool drains real good. It got air pockets in it. So I keep a fan going, which keeps airflow to the roots when it's not being watered. That keeps that root zone from being too wet, because your roots won't grow out if they're wet all the time. They got no reason to, and plus it leads to root rot. So it's good to have a period of time with airflow where that rock wool starts to dry out, and then it gets fed again. And just continuously do that, your roots grow a very good root zone. So for the hydro portion, that's what it consists of, is the sump, the sprayer system. But in between the lid and the water level, that's the air zone. The roots are suspended in that. That's the aeroponic part. But eventually those roots grow very long and they'll end up in the water. But I got air stones and stuff going down there, so that's safe for your roots. They won't drown. So that's the deep water culture portion. That's what I consider the hydro portion. So a portion of the roots is submerged in the actual water, but you don't have to worry about it drowning. The point in between the water level and the lid, that's your aeroponics. But I added a third part, which is really cool, because what happens is you don't want to feed your plants an hour, 2 hours before the light goes out, and 2 hours after the lights come on. So I have this mister here. I'll turn it on right now. And what it does is, during the period in between feedings, it comes on periodically, and it adds a nice diffused mist. So it's submerged in the nutrient solution, and it'll make like a fine smoke fog, which also adds feeding and like some humidity, so it doesn't dry completely out during that long stretch in between, when your lights turn off and when they come back on. So there's a period of about 11 hours. So you definitely don't want, your plants to go dry. That adds unnecessary stress on them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the sprinkler. So that's the sprinkler system. It'll get all wet, but when it turns on, it irrigates the pot. Just stay on for a little while. But I'm gonna turn that off. The mister should be going by now, but with the water going, it's gonna be kind of hard to see. So 1 second. It's hard to do this with one hand. So now you can see, kind of hard to see with the big one, but see, there's a thin layer of smoke coming out. Let me turn off the sprinklers and you can see it a lot better. There you go. See it a lot better. So during the time that sprinklers are off, I'm misting at the same time. Hydro-Aero-Mist, combination of all three. And then you're not overfeeding your plants, you're not overwatering your plants, you're not letting your plants go dry, you're covered at all angles. Everything in here runs off of a timer. So it's a completely automated system. I can remotely, check it out from work, wherever I'm at. If it's a problem, I can shoot my neighbor over, my buddy who lives around the corner, and just keep the system going. And basically all I have to do is just raise the light as they grow towards it. I got an AC in here. Keeps it nice and cool. It's perfect growth space. All the parameters. That's the beauty of growing hydro urban farming, is that with hydro you can control your root zone temperature, your sump temperature. You can control how much light you get, the closeness of it. You don't have rainy days. You don't have rainouts. You don't have any of that stuff. So I get some good grows. Every week I'll post, see how small these guys are now, just put them in the system. Next week, come back, see how much more they've grown. All right? This is the Signified Monkey, and I am out. Bye.